Good evening, YouTube viewers and subscribers. So, been quite busy in the last few weeks and finally had a break. Last week or so I haven't really done many engine things for people. Wasn't expecting any boxes to come today, but several boxes did come today. This video is going to address one of those boxes. So, I'm in the process of doing some trades with a subscriber, and I was not expecting a box from him yet because I sent his engines that I'm trading for him to him on Saturday, and I wasn't expecting anything from him yet. So when this box from him arrived, I was a little bit shocked. And I'm going to read this letter that was in here. Engines. Early OS 35 appears to have aftermarket RC conversion. Later OS 35 may be a factory RC model. I am a complete blank as to their history, no memories of either of them. I know the feeling. The K&B could be new. I traded for it. I never ran it. It was mounted once, but that was it. The exhaust port was already drilled when I bought it. This engine came from the late Tom Riley, one of the founders and kingpins of early modeling in central Kentucky. I've had the Merco for centuries, so long that no one today even remembers there was once a hobby bicycle shop at that location. New in box. So the Merco is the only engine that I was aware of that I should be receiving, and I wasn't expecting it until later in the week. But it's here now. So let's take a look at this. This is the first one of several engines in this box, so I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because my videos tend to get a little long. This is a Merco 49. It says multi-speed. Now, all I know about Merco engines is that they were made in the UK. I have no idea when, the time frame. So, it comes with this piece of paper here, a guarantee for a period of 1 year. Boy, I think it's probably exceeded that. So that's the manufacturer's guarantee. Merco 49 glow plug engine. Here's the manual, the instruction manual for this engine. Looks like it's seen its better days, but it tells some suggested prop sizes, which is really good too, because I would have just thrown a 10.6 on this thing, but it doesn't look like that's appropriate. This piece of paper, I've already looked inside this box too, just so you know. It says here's the instructions for setting the Merco microflow throttle. So there's some instructions here for setting the throttle, which is interesting. So here's the engine. First time I've ever held a Merco engine in my hand, and this is it. Now it says new in box. Its fasteners don't look like they're too new. It looks like they've been opened up before. Either that or it's just a really strange cross-point screw. So let's see here. Ooh, it's a twin plug engine, and it's got pretty massive compression, and the old butterfly type exhaust here. So this is really a cool engine, and this twin plug thing is kind of fortuitous because I just did a Sato video on single plug versus dual plug, and found out that that was really kind of a bunch of bogus stuff in my opinion. So here it is. I'll have to check out. So it looks like, yeah, this looks like a rather complex carb, so it's probably a good idea that they provided those instructions, because it looks like it's an air bleed, but yet it also kind of looks like a Super Tiger in that maybe there's a spray bar that can be adjusted, and then you got this screw here in addition to where your needle valve screws in. So this is a very unique one that I'm going to have to see if I can find some information on those carbs and try and understand that in case this isn't enough. Let's see what else we've got in here real quick. Look at this. Would appear to be a K&B torpedo. How strange, because I just had another torpedo that I just sent back. It was that 2-speed one of John's. And this, let's refer to this note again here. Could be new, traded for it, never ran it, mounted once. The exhaust port was already drilled. I don't think, this almost kind of looks like, well, it's a control line, so I don't know. I was going to say it almost looks like that was for a butterfly of some sort, but if it doesn't have a throttle arm, maybe not. So I'm not sure. This is interesting. Let's see here real quick if I can get it to turn over. Another one of these older designs that you've got the needle valve on the side where the exhaust is. However, this one's different in that there's at least nuts here, so I could theoretically change the sides and move that spray bar on the other side, so I'll probably have to investigate doing that. Let's see what else we have in this big bag here. We have a couple of other engines here. Was that all that was in that bag? Yeah. So let's see here. First one is an OS Max S35. Ooh. It's a little gummy. A little gummy. Kind of reminds me of a FP engine with no bearings, air bleed carb, that type of thing. This one here is an OS Max 35 also. That's got some strange, this is where you were saying maybe this is a possibly aftermarket or some kind of baffle. I've never seen anything like this, I don't believe, on an OS engine, but I've got the OS engine's timeline poster on my wall. I can pretty much guarantee that these head screws are not the stock head screws that came in an OS engine of this time period, because they weren't like that at all. And it's got mismatched screws back here too. So this engine, who knows, this is probably a hybrid of some sort. Seems like it turns over and has some compression. So that is what this particular box has inside of it, and we'll have to see about, I'm certain that I can get this engine running, the Merco. I'm not so certain about these others. So that's our mystery box for today. Thank you for watching.